Addressing the issue of phosphorus in the Everglades is important because the Everglades has been struggling with their water quality due to phosphorus in agriculture and stormwater since the 1960s. The native plants and animals that reside in the Everglades originally developed under very low phosphorus conditions. Due to the excess of phosphorus, new organisms have begun to derive that thrive in high phosphorus levels, crowding out the native Everglades vegetation. The high level of phosphorus has several negative impacts on the Everglades, such as loss of the natural communities of algae that have a large role in the Everglades, water that loses oxygen, causing it to become a dead zone for the fish, and changes in the native plant communities that result in a loss of the open water areas where birds feed. Excessive nitrogen and phosphorus that washes into water bodies and is released into the air are often the direct result of human activities. The primary sources can be found in agriculture due to excess fertilizer applied to crops and fields, and soil erosion makes agriculture one of the largest sources of nitrogen and phosphorus pollution in the country. Another source would be storm water, because when precipitation falls in our cities and towns, it runs across hard surfaces, such as rooftops, sidewalks, and roads. When this happens, the water carries pollutants, including nitrogen and phosphorus, into local waterways. Also, wastewater is another source. Our sewer and septic systems are responsible for treating large quantities of waste, and these systems do not always operate properly or remove enough nitrogen and phosphorus before discharging into waterways. Some ways we can help control phosphorus is to control the runoff that's produced by agriculture, apply manure to crop nutrient needs, use grassed waterways, and prevent livestock from entering into the waterways.
Most of Florida's biodiversity is found in the Everglades. The land which is known as the Everglades was originally 11,000 square miles, but with biodegradation and urban development, the space has been limited to 734 square miles. Its impact to Florida is positive in both an economic and ecologic way. This large, slow-flowing sheet of water is home to over 1,000 animal species that are free to roam as they please. Many Florida citizens or travelers are able to participate in bike rides, trails, or airboat rides. With birds flying overhead, fish swimming in the murky waters, and alligators resting or slowly moving across a swampy land, the Everglades is a great place to explore and grow closer to nature. This tourist hotspot also allows for many job opportunities such as park rangers or tour guides. The Everglades is also an ecologic benefit for many reasons. The Everglades National Park was originally established in 1947 in order to prevent degradation of the plants, animals, and conserving the natural landscape. There are rules set by the park rangers that stop tourists from touching or feeding the animals. The tourists are suggested to walk slowly to not disrupt the habitats of the animals. Allowing the animals to live in conditions that so closely parallel the wild is very beneficial for them. Apart from the animals' lives, the Everglades also provides a water supply for irrigation or drinking. It also prevents flooding of the South Florida cities. Although all of these benefits are very evident, the wildlife diversity is the most significant of them all. Phosphorus is an element which is useful in many ways, but also harmful. It is beneficial in the sense that it is used to light matches and in the production of special glasses, steel, and chinaware. It is also used as a fertilizer, which is what leads to many issues in the water supply in places such as the Everglades. In the Everglades, it works as a limiting nutrient for the plant species that are trying to grow. Phosphorus is necessary for living things, but when in excess, it quickly becomes a powerful pollutant. In agriculture, phosphorus is used in fertilizers to help plants grow and harvest sooner and in a more efficient way. In the Everglades, it caused plants to grow as well, just not the right ones. Cattails, a type of plant that is not native to the Everglades, is quickly overpowering the native plant species with the excess contact with phosphorus.
In reference to helping the Everglades environment, some action has already been taken. Congress passed a 30-year comprehensive Everglades restoration plan in 2000 to restore, protect, and preserve 18,000 square miles of land in Florida. In 2007, the South Florida Water Management District voted to buying almost 180,000 acres of land from U.S. Sugar Corporation to clean and provide for the water supply. As an individual, the best way to assist in saving the Everglades is by decreasing your carbon dioxide produced. You can do this by using your car less, reducing your waste output, reusing items, recycling, planting trees, and by refraining from using electronics when in the Everglades. Of the few proposed solutions to removing phosphorus from the Everglades, chemical precipitation is one. The idea is to mix two precipitates to cause a reaction, resulting in a sludge-like solid being produced. It's basically removing the inorganic forms of phosphate by the mixing of the wastewater and a coagulant, using calcium, aluminum, or iron. However, this process is expensive and increases the amount of sludge by 40%. Another way is biological phosphate removal, which is a sewage treatment configuration used on activated sludge systems. Certain bacteria are introduced into the activated sludge and then accumulate phosphates within their cells, removing it from the area.